Reduced to 300,000 hectares by irresponsible logging, legal and illegal, the forests of Samar Island remain an awesome repository of beauty and bounty. Constituting the largest tract of contiguous lowland rainforest in the Philippines, it is a sanctuary of an impressive array of rare species of flora and fauna found only in the Philippines. Among them, the Rafflesia maniliana grows only in Samar and 4 other localities in the country. The Philippine eagle, Philippine hawk, Philippine cockatoo, bleeding heart pigeon, the largest fruit bat in the world, and the Philippine brown deer. Besides, Samar has the biggest limestone formation in the country. And an awesome network of caves, many of which are yet unexplored. At the Calbiga Caves, thousands of bats come out without fail every 5 o'clock in the afternoon to do a magnificent dance in the horizon for some 15 minutes, with precision and in perfect synchrony, in a stunning and spectacular daily performance, as if in oblation to the setting sun. Awed by its beauty and bounty upon landing in 1521 on Homonhon, one of Samar's satellite islands, Ferdinand Magellan called it the watering place of good signs. His chronicler, Antonio Pigafetta, explained that the name was taken after what he described as the, quote, 2 springs of the clearest water and the first signs of gold, unquote, that they found on the island. The gold might have well been the very rich natural resources of Homonhon, which at that time was a perfect microcosm of Samar. Water, indeed, would be to this day an apt symbol of Samar and its treasures. Samar is virtually a watershed, crisscrossed by 25 major river systems that serve as the lifeblood for the farms and homes of this largely agricultural island. And there is overwhelming evidence of the existence of subterranean river systems. Rivers flowing right into mountains with no trace as to where the waters come out. Streams gushing forth out of mountains in places as far as Samar's small satellite islands of Somaraga and Kapul, which have no forest cover of their own. And surrounding Samar are 3 of the richest fishing grounds in the country. Part of the Pacific Ocean in the east, which is the fabled Tuna Highway, Samar Sea in the northeast, and Makeda Bay in the southwest, among the richest spawning grounds of fish and crustaceans in East Asia. Into these seas, the rivers of Samar pour their waters in a ceaseless act of giving. Sharing and uniting. The rivers joining up with the seas, and the seas embracing the waters from the rivers. Thus the seas becoming one with the rivers, and with the island, and with the forest whence the rivers spring. Yes, there are priceless treasures in the forests of Samar. This richness was again emphasized in recent years when geologists confirmed the presence of abundant mineral deposits beneath these forests: bauxite, manganese, gold, copper, among others. Bauxite has an estimated total value of $21 billion, or more than 1 trillion pesos at the current dollar-peso exchange rate. But while this richness brings pride in many Samarnon hearts, it also has drawn insatiable greed to prey on Samar. This explains the fast diminishing forests of Samar, even as foreign investors are now moving heaven and earth to get their hands into these minerals. We have tried to fight off the terrifying reality of logging and mining damage in the past. Thus, we saw a moratorium on logging in the island declared during the administration of President Aquino in February 1989. The proclamation of 360,000 hectares of primary and secondary growths in Samar by President Ramos in February 1996 as forest reserve. Still, the destruction of Samar's forests continued as it continues to this day. And at the end of this day, another 19 hectares, the size of 1,843 basketball courts put together, will be lost to illegal logging. By the end of the year, we shall have lost another 7,000 hectares of our forests. If logging denudes the mountains, mining is even more devastating, for it not only denudes, it disembowels the earth, practically poisoning everything it touches, including precious waters underneath. The dire effects of mining operations in Barangay Bagakay in the town of Hinabangan rankle our senses to this day. The mighty Taft River, once a shield from day-to-day hunger in one of the most neglected and poorest regions of the country, an abundant source of kalig and kikiro for hundreds of families and communities living along its banks, is now hardly able to sustain life. And the greens along its banks, the long stretches that the river refreshed and nurtured with its cool waters, once a forage ground for boys, beasts and birds, have turned brown and barren, a poisoned earth, unable to bear fruit.